Yes, sir, we promised you a great
Gorgeous George. Here it
Freddie
comes.
Blassie, the maker of
Andre, the Giant.
WrestleMania!
Everyone has a price.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is electric.
The champ is here.
WrestleMania. It's the WWE's premier event. For fans, it's a week-long celebration. For WWE superstars, it's the culmination of a year-long quest to earn a spot and compete on the WWE's grandest stage. For Randy Orton, WrestleMania 27 is the end of a long road, but it's not the road you think. This incredibly popular superstar has lived a very private life. But why?
Life was pretty dark and gloomy and sad. I could feel my heart beating a little harder. This isn't how I want to go out. Wasn't enough of hating myself to make me want to stop.
Just who is this enigmatic superstar?
Who am I? Who is Randy Orton? People have called me cold,
Cocky,
cruel,
arrogant,
callous.
self-destructive.
People say I only care about myself.
Randy was about Randy
My needs, my wants.
and whatever Randy wanted to do.
People tell me that I am ruthless,
He's definitely got a temper.
heartless,
It looks like he wants to rip everybody's head off.
merciless.
So I was incredibly intimidated.
Call me what you want. Think what you will. But life is a journey, and this is my experience.
Randy's come a long way.
I am Randy Orton.
February 20th, 2011, Oakland, California. The site of the last major event prior to WrestleMania 27. Tonight, the Oracle Arena is home to the Elimination Chamber. Hours before showtime, the excitement outside the arena is already building. The year-long countdown to WrestleMania 27 is almost over. Orton has been on the road for over 300 days since last year's WrestleMania. The madness from the media and fans has become a constant, so the silence of the arena in the early afternoon is a welcome respite. These last few hours of solitude before the show are precious to every WWE superstar. The locker room is their only sanctuary.
What's up, Jamie?
All right?
Yeah, baby. This looks like a good spot. We'll do this bag.
The WWE locker room is hallowed space. Only superstars and trainers are allowed in. For Orton, there is comfort in his daily routine as he calms himself before preparing for the brutal chamber match.
This is my 4th Elimination Chamber match. This is the most difficult match, I think, for any WWE superstar to be a part of, for obvious reasons. The first one I was in, Goldberg pressed me and slammed me.
Goldberg unleashing on everything with a heartbeat. That is scary and obscene strength. Oh my God! Oh my God! What impact!
I remember that was my first main event in a pay-per-view, and I was in pain afterwards. I think it was a good week before I could walk completely normal. You got red, green,
this night, Randy will compete in the Elimination Chamber, along with 5 elite superstars who also want a WWE title shot at WrestleMania. The chamber itself is a punishing structure, and since this match happens just once a year, it is difficult to prepare for.
Everything's cold, hard steel. The chain link, like you get thrown up against it, you know, it doesn't bounce you back like the ropes. You know, anything can happen.
An hour before bell time, Orton is getting his body prepared for tonight's carnage. Orton's mental preparation is even more essential. Randy envisions the match exactly the way he'd like it to go. But in the Elimination Chamber, that is virtually impossible. The time has finally come. Randy heads through the corridors of the Oracle Arena en route to the chamber. The mental and physical preparations are now all over. The Viper is focused and completely in the moment. In a matter of seconds, he will experience the adrenaline rush that every superstar lives for.
It's on.
Introduce the participants first, from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 245 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
Well, for the 4th time in his career, Randy Orton will enter the Elimination Chamber match here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But Josh, think about how incredible it would be for Randy Orton to win this matchup tonight in main event WrestleMania against the man who took the WWE title from him in the first place, The Miz.
Randy Orton with an opportunity to come full circle. Remember, The Miz cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase, the contract, on a vulnerable Randy Orton. Sweet justice it would be for Orton to get back to WrestleMania and take back the WWE Championship.
Randy Orton became the youngest champion in WWE history nearly a decade ago and has been a main event superstar ever since. It's hard to believe now that Orton's remarkable career was never a sure thing. Although his father and his grandfather were both ring legends, Randy never pictured himself following in their footsteps.
Never thought I'd be a WWE superstar. In October of '99, I was living in my parents' basement. I work at a gas station, midnights, so I'm like a vampire, up all night, sleeping like pretty much all day. Like, no one can't relate to anybody. And then, like, I start watching wrestling again. And it's like, you know, I'm a big guy. Like, I'll fill out. You know, I'm 19. I went upstairs because I was living in my parents' basement. And I said, Dad, you know, is there any chance you think that I could be a WWE superstar?
And it just so happened that WWE was going to be in town. And I said, well, heck, you know, I'll take you down. We'll get you introduced to everybody and see what happens.
My father and I went down there. We met Jack Lanza. We met Tony Gurria. And I'm in this backstage setting, and I'm like a fan back here, you know, with my old man. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. Still, like, no way am I thinking I'd ever be one of those guys getting ready to go out for their match drinking a water. It was just out of this world. I'm thinking, man, there's no way. You know, I'm watching Raw. I'm watching guys like Rock and Austin, Chris Jericho, Triple H. Like, you know, I don't even know what I'm doing. How could I ever be at that level? Like, it's impossible.
Tony and Jack talked to, I guess, Vince or whoever was the talent coordinator at that time, and they brought him up to Stamford.
By some miraculous occurrence, I get a call back and WWE decides to give me a contract. I finally got to Louisville, got to OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, a WWE developmental territory, kind of like where they sent the guys to, you know, learn their craft. So I get down there, I'm thinking, is this the right place? Because OVW, it was not this big, like, 5-star facility. It was like a hole-in-the-wall, like, 1930s, like, building So I knock on this door, I'm like, is this even the right door? And then I turn around, and who opens the door? Dave Batista, and he was all about 330 pounds at the time, and here I am, hey, you know, I don't know shit, you know, and here's this dude with these like 26-inch arms or whatever they were, and I'm just like, what am I doing here? You know, these like world-class athletes are on the other side of this door, and here I am, some like Marine Corps dropout, never done nothing.
Randy was part of a unique class of blue-chip prospects. Orton joined future WWE champions John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and Dave Batista, who were all vying for the opportunity to become a WWE superstar. Early on, there were flashes of brilliance for Orton. He was athletically gifted, but still very much a work in progress, both as a performer and as a person.
I had a rough start, but I knew I had to earn that respect amongst my peers. It's very important, you know, especially at that stage in the game.
So I make a trip down to OVW to scout some young talent. So I watched Randy walk around a little bit. And Randy looked like he had that swagger about him. Well, I wouldn't call it confidence. I just called it Randy. Randy was a cocky kid.
I thought he was a he was extremely cocky.
I like that. I like cocky, if you can back it up.
I finally got to this point where I had this confidence. And with that confidence came this like kind of arrogance and this cocky nature. And now all of a sudden, you know, my don't stink. And I was a bit of an ass.
He's gifted. He's truly gifted in the ring. He didn't know anything about the business when he got into the business, but he belongs in the ring. And you could see that even when he didn't know anything or know what he was doing. So, cockiness aside, you couldn't ignore the undeniable talent.
I saw something in him that I didn't see in anybody else. I just saw this natural, pure, God-given ability that can't be taught, can't be learned. It's just in there.
In April 2002, Randy was called up to the big show. He was one of the youngest stars to ever set foot inside a WWE ring. Even now, as a seasoned veteran with nearly 10 years of experience in the WWE, the challenge of a match like the Elimination Chamber never gets any easier. It is an unforgiving battleground, testing a man's threshold for pain and suffering. This is the place where Randy Orton hopes to destroy his nemesis, CM Punk.
It is Viper time! And Randy Orton wasting little time! And Orton is fired up. Randy Orton, so lethal. And who is the next to enter? No one's been eliminated thus far.
Randy wants it to be CM Punk.
And he gets his wish.
Oh, here we go.
The Apex Predator has cornered his prey.
Hey, he's stuck though. Punk is stuck. What will the Viper do? Well, that's what he's gonna do. The Viper unloading on Punk. Bam! RKO! RKO by Randy Orton. CM Punk is done. I've just received an email from the anonymous Raw general manager. Due to a malfunctioning pod, I am allowing Mr. Punk to re-enter his pod.
A reversal of fortune for Punk. A horrible misfortune for Orton.
I believe Punk's supposed to be in this match. And now he is. CM Punk picking his spot.
Punk going for the go to sleep. Punk's signature maneuver connects.
GTS to Orton. Punk cover. And he did it. Punk did it. Randy Orton going to sleep.
Losing to Punk, his most hated adversary, is infuriating, especially with WrestleMania right around the corner.
Guys, not right now. Not right now, please.
It's only been 12 hours, including a 3-hour ride from Oakland. The events of last night must be put aside, at least for now. Randy's day in Fresno begins with an early morning media blitz for that evening's Raw. Orton, after 10 years in WWE and numerous accolades, is a sought-after superstar in the media.
Definitely something that's changed, kind of evolved in my life is, you know, the amount of media that I'm asked to do. You know, when I first started, it was few and far between.
Very exciting stuff tonight. Tonight, going down, Save Mart Center, WWE Raw. Tickets start at $15, which is a big deal already because family entertainment doesn't get much better than that. Plus, the Viper, Randy Orton, is in studio with me. We've been waiting for this, man.
I have the Viper, Randy Orton.
Randy Orton stepping in, WWE superstar.
The tough-looking dude sitting right next to us, wrestling superstar Randy Orton.
It gets crazy, it gets hectic. You know, your off days become like 10 radio stations, 3 news channels, a couple print ads. You know, you might skip lunch to get here, you get stuck in traffic, you're always rushing. It's an intense day, and next thing you know, I'm not home for 12 days. And then we got a 2-week overseas tour. And I think in the month of February this year, I was home 4 days, maybe 5. It's tough to be gone so much. You know, I think you really prove to everybody how much you love what you do with how much you're away from home. But where it can make you fall apart, I think it's motivated me to make me better in the ring, out of the ring, at home, as a father, a husband, and a superstar.
What's happening, brother?
Not much, man. How are you doing?
Are you kidding? I'm in the room with greatness.
Oh.
And I'm going to mark on you for a minute. I'm sure you've been doing these interviews all day long. You've been running around. I've got to tell you.
Yeah.
This morning I get up, I've got an 18-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Who tells me, she says, Dad, if you don't tell him to say hi to me, I know where you sleep.
What's your daughter's name?
China.
China. Hello, China.
Yeah,
this is Randy Orton. How you doing, sweetheart?
Yeah, she's going to be tickled. It's not every day that your daughter says, Daddy, I want to grow up and marry a wrestler, and you're actually cool with it.
Yeah.
But,
so I have the father's blessing.
Oh, by all means, dude. Okay. By all means.
I'll have to ask my wife how she feels about that. We'll go from there. I'll get back to you.
Okay, brother.
And definitely one thing, I realize how important the fans are. And, you know, if it wasn't for the fans, you know, it'd be tough. It'd be tough.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I finished at 6:30. Wait for you.
Oh, you're a hell of an awesome interview. Thank you. You are. That's what it's called. He really is.
Are you joking?
He really is. No, seriously. I've had a lot of people in here. And you're awesome.
I get more nervous for the that we did this morning than I will for, you know, wrestling for 30 minutes in front of 80,000 people. It's always been like that. No matter how much practice I get or how busy I stay doing the media, it's always, I don't know, it's weird.
Orton has always preferred to do his talking in the ring. For Randy, addressing the media has been an evolution that has mirrored his career. His maturation process took longer than expected, despite being teamed with 2 all-time legends in the faction known as Evolution.
When Ric Flair and I were starting Evolution, legitimately behind the scenes, we handpicked the guys we wanted to do it with, and Randy Orton was pretty much the no-brainer for us. Randy Orton was the guy we looked at and said, okay, he's got all the tools, he's got the it factor, he's got everything. So he was kind of like our initial first blue chip pick, like this is the guy we're going with.
Randy Orton. The business is in his blood. 3rd generation superstar. The man has every gift that a man can be given. Randy Orton is the coal that will be squeezed into the next diamond.
Here I was this green kid, but I'm going to be given this opportunity. That is what the goal was for me, is to be in Evolution and to have this kind of be a kickstart to my career. I'm learning from the best, both in the ring and outside of the ring.
we first started to form Evolution, Hunter pulled both Randy and I aside and said, are you guys ready for this? Because you guys are going to have a lot of heat because of this. And we didn't understand why.
You go from being a very popular guy in the locker room to being a very disliked guy in the locker room because, you know, everybody's jealous of the spot. You're going to go from being nothing in a nothing spot, in essence, to being in the main events.
You said, you know, the bottom line is, you know, boys are not here to make friends. We're here to make money. Well, this is business. He said, so you got to choose, man. Do you want to be popular, or do you want to be successful in sports entertainment?
It makes you ready for anything, because there's always going to be those situations where people want to knock you down. People want to take advantage of you, you know, inside the ring and out. People want to, you know, AOP accidentally on purpose. You know, oh, I didn't mean, you know, I'm sorry that I broke your elbow, you know, that I dislocated your shoulder socket, or that I did that. I didn't mean to do that. I guess that I'm taking your spot now, and that kind of moves me up here, you know what I mean? Like, it just, anything can happen, and to be ready for anything, and to be around those guys, absorbing that information to where I was ready for anything, that was a great part of my learning process, was the evolution.
But we also made clear that if we're going to do this, we're going to do this together. We're all going to do it. You're going to learn everything of the business. We want to ride together. We want to hang out together. We need to make this work.
Randy and I, we both were just, I mean, constantly just drilling our brains, trying to learn as much as we can, soaking it up. And because we wanted to, you know, we wanted to be on top. We were both really, really hungry, you know. But I think at that time, they just expected more out of Randy, you know, with him being a third-generation wrestler and with him being so young. And they really saw Randy as the future of sports entertainment.
Triple H says that his entourage is the evolution of our business.
I learned so much from Triple H, you know, psychology-wise, when it comes to like why you do certain things, when you do them, he's better than anyone ever.
Randy's ability in the ring, a lot of it, if you watch him move, he's just extremely smooth.
He's a thoroughbred, no doubt about it.
It's effortless.
He is destined for greatness.
In a way, and this could probably be the biggest compliment I could give him that I can think of, is in a way it reminds me of Shawn Michaels in the ring, in that Randy does amazing things and makes it look like it just happened.
Randy Orton may be the man around here sooner than we think.
He's got it all. For him, it's just staying on track and doing it, you know. I think there's a part of Randy that so many people have told Randy that you have it all and you can get all this. You know, you just have to work for it, that he's afraid of failing. He's afraid that the more he gets, the more he has to lose. I think that's a big issue for him.
I remember the best advice and the most repeated advice that Triple H had to give me was that, you know, I'm the only person that's going to stand in my way. If anyone's going to F this up for me, it's going to be me. And sure enough, I did it a good handful of times, and he'd always be right there to tell me, what'd I tell you? You can't. What can I get through to you, kid? You know, you're so good, but you just, you know, you can be the best of this generation, one of the best of this generation, if you just get out of your own way.
We had a very heated conversation about it, and Randy said, God, Hunter, I'm just, you know, I'm young and I'm dumb, and, you know, it's just me being young and stupid. And I said, okay, Randy, then tell me what the exact age is that you're not young and stupid anymore, because if that's your excuse, you're just too young. What's the cutoff age, so I know when you snap out of this crap, because it's ridiculous, and that's a bull excuse. You know, young and stupid is not an excuse anymore. If you know you're doing dumb stuff and your excuse is that I'm young and stupid, then you shouldn't be doing it, because you know better. You're just using that as an excuse to be able to do it. Randy's come a long way.
As Orton arrives for Monday Night Raw, his reputation precedes him. The events that transpired at the Elimination Chamber have the Viper in a foul mood. Pain is a constant companion for most WWE superstars. But after a match like the Elimination Chamber, the WWE trainers are expecting a busy day.
Chris, you mind stretching me out?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that chamber took a toll on the old body last night.
Pretty sore today?
Yeah.
Even with the most thorough preparation, it's impossible for any superstar to completely escape injury. Orton has suffered through more than his fair share.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he just said he broke his collarbone. I think Orton is hurt. I think he's hurt bad.
Randy's had numerous bilateral shoulder dislocations that he's had over the years. Because of his shoulder injuries, that he uses a strict regimen of stretching and different types of techniques that he uses to prepare for his matches. It's hyper flexible, and that kind of contributed to the hypermobile flexibility of his shoulders. So the exercises that he does help strengthen that and tighten them down to keep them stable. That's good stuff you can do on your own too.
Yeah.
You don't have to have necessarily any weights to do.
I got the little the pool house in my backyard. I turned into it's basically my own rehab facility.
Nice.
Yeah, so I can get her done at home too. All right, thanks, Doc. Yep. All right, let's do it.
Like most superstar athletes, Orton is never completely satisfied with his performance. Before tonight's match, Randy will pick apart last night's match with help from WWE legend Arn Anderson. Anderson was known as the Enforcer, as part of the legendary Four Horsemen, and has always been a straight shooter, both in and out of the ring.
Arn Anderson, I was privileged to be able to work with him. He took a liking to me early on, and after my first injury, him and a lot of other guys that had my best interests in mind told me, they said, listen, kid, you don't need to jump off the top rope. You don't need to do the flips. So leave that to Rey Mysterio. Leave that to the guys that weigh 145 pounds. You're a 240-pound kid. You're young, you feel like you can do it, but you don't need to. Longevity's the key. And I listened to him, I listened to Arn, but I kind of went and, I know what I'm doing kind of thing.
And Randy's temperament as a youth, as I would like to call him, was not the best. Randy got a short fuse and he doesn't mind letting you know it. And Randy would blow in an instant. Well, you couple that with the chronic pain of coming back from an injury, coupled with the fact that you've got to try to some way earn your spot back, and all these things being rolled into 250-day-a-year schedule. And Randy didn't handle it very well. And I kept telling Randy because I saw something in him that I didn't see in anybody else. He would glide around that ring just effortlessly. And I said, Randy, you got to cut out that stuff over the top. I said, the risk versus the reward, not a fair trade-out. Well, he kind of took it with a grain of salt, like old-timer doesn't know what he's talking about, but I'll humor in him and listen and, pay him the respect, I guess, that he's earned, and he would go on about his business, and I would stay on Randy from time to time. So Randy went through his injuries and his setbacks, and Randy became the performer, the superstar that he was born to be. He can do it all. There's nothing in this industry that can get in Randy Orton's way except Randy Orton.
It's ironic now, knowing that Randy was once known as the Legend Killer. His reputation was built on disrespecting and dismantling the very men he now most admires.
When I was in Evolution, kind of to set myself aside, I had to make this name for myself. And what was that name? Legend Killer.
This woman is a legend.
And by the way, Randy Orton, legend killer.
What? What? Oh my God! Oh, I don't believe you just did that!
I became the legend killer. I spat in the face of Harley Race.
Oh God!
I spat in the face of Mick Foley.
Orton making another impact. The legend killer striking again.
I RKO'd guys like Jake the Snake Roberts.
And another legend bites the dust.
Even Kamala fell victim to the legend killer's RKO.
Man, who can stop this kid?
Legend killer. And all this was kind of setting up to where I became too big for the group. You know, the future was now. And Randy Orton, the legend killer, you know, he was going to go to SummerSlam in the summer of '04, take the world title. And that's what he did.
The kid, no doubt, bred for success. The youngest world champion in WWE history.
Wait a minute, is this really happening? I called my father. I told my father that I did it for my grandfather. And I mean, this was huge. This is huge. Like, it was so surreal. And, you know, I haven't had many moments like that in my life where I look back and it's like you can't really describe the feeling, but that was definitely one of them.
These are the moments to remember in our days. Here with a new start, singing a new song, guiding our way. And these are the times the world will speak of when we're long and gone.
Oh, look at this! A celebration befitting the man of destiny. He's gonna carry the torch for the WWE into the future.
People, get used to this sight. Get used to who stands before you. The beautiful smile, the beautiful face, because the Randy Orton era has only just begun.
It's an unbelievable responsibility. Plus, you become the standard bearer for the company, right? So now all eyes are on you, and it's a lot of pressure.
I know it was too much for Randy too soon. Randy wasn't ready, wasn't mature enough.
At 24, I can't say that I was ready. You know, I had the opportunity, and I definitely took it.
I don't know that he was ready to be in that role long term at that time, but I think it was a good step for him.
Early in his career, Orton seemed to take being champion for granted. Not anymore. The championship is now his sole objective, and CM Punk is merely a persistent distraction that must be eliminated along the way back to the top.
Randall Keith Orton, where are you at? I'm right here. I'm standing right here in the middle of my ring. September 7th, 2008. Randall, you decided to punt me in the skull. Rendering me unable to defend my World Heavyweight Championship. A few twists and turns aside, and that leads us to today, right here, right now. And you have the most important decision of your life to make. The bright lights of WrestleMania, Randall, are not in your future. Just walk away, because I am going to finish what you started. If you show up next week to Monday Night Raw, I will turn you upside down. I will pour your heart out onto the mat.
Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen, Randy Orton from out of the crowd, attacking CM Punk, and the Viper has struck. And the situation festering, nearly boiling between these two, and Punk avoids the RKO and narrowly escapes Randy Orton. It is pretty apparent that Randy Orton has no plans to just walk away. Randy Orton's plans are to get to WrestleMania.
St. Louis, Missouri, the gateway to the West. Long known as North America's best sports city, the Lou is home to some of the most successful franchises in all of professional sports. St. Louis fans are world-renowned for their loyalty, knowledge, and passionate support. The St. Louis chapter of the WWE Universe has been loud and proud for generations, including a young boy whose favorite superstar was his dad.
I was born in Knoxville, Tennessee. I only stuck around for about 6 months. My father was traveling.
Weighing 248 pounds, here is Cowboy Bob Orton.
Mr. Orton, considered by many in the wrestling fraternity to be one of the greats.
I eventually was in Florida, moved to Lexington, Kentucky, up to Hamden, Connecticut, and then ended up here in St. Louis. I'd say we ended up in St. Louis about the time I was 5, maybe 4. We lived by the airport, which was a great location because my father was in and out all the time.
There were times we were on the road 90 and 100 days in a row, and then might have 2 or 3 days off. When Randy was in school, and I'd fly home in the morning and out in the afternoon, of course, if it was during the school year, I wouldn't get to see him at all. So, you know, from the time he was maybe 4 or 5 years old until the time he was 10 or 11, I probably got to see him, gosh, you know, this is going to sound horrible, but maybe 10, 12 days a year.
One of the most popular questions that I've been asked is, you know, when did you know that you wanted to follow in your father's footsteps? And the likable answer is that, you know, oh, well, ever since I was this big, and, you know, I always looked up to him and I wanted to, you know, be in the ring and this and that, and, you know, now I'm living my dream and it's great, and that's what I always wanted to do. Well, it's, you know, I've said that before because it was the easy answer. But truthfully, I never saw myself doing it because I was such an insecure kid. I was a skinny little beanpole, got picked on, bullies, everything. Like it was, you know, I think people might think I was like popular in high school, but like not at all. I had, you know, probably top 10 worst acne in the school on my face and braces from 5th grade to 11th grade. Like, it was bad. You know, I didn't lose my virginity in high school. That sucked, you know. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't want to go to college. I made a good GPA. It was like 3.1 something or whatever. Played a little basketball. I wrestled amateurly, of course, there. Went to state twice.
Randy and I didn't spend a lot of time together when he was in high school, but his last year I got to go to darn near every one of his matches. Standout high school wrestler. He was very good. His senior year, I think he lost 2 matches. He had been a state champion in the AU and everything as a wrestler.
Randy is in the prime of his career, and that means long stints on the road, just like his father. But unlike his dad, Randy has the resources and has made being home his top priority.
Where's my baby girl? Hey.
Oh.
Hey, can I get a hug?
Give him a hug. Say daddy's hug.
Hey. I want to kiss you, Pooh. I want to kiss you, Pooh.
Kiss you. Oh.
Good to be home.
We met at a bar around here in St. Louis.
I see this girl, and she's with a couple of her friends.
And he came over and he said that he was a professional wrestler, and I had never watched wrestling a day in my life. My exact words were, like, in a league? Like, what do you mean?
I remember asking for her number, and she was like, you know,
You know, I usually don't give my number out. I'm like, oh, well, come on.
Told him, well, okay. You know, like that wasn't usually my thing. Never did that before. So he said, oh, I forgot my cell phone. So you take my number and call me. I said, no, that's not gonna work like that.
All right, well, I'm gonna give it to you one time. I don't want you to write it down. If it was meant to be, it's meant to be. You just memorize it. Here you go, you ready? And she gave it to me.
And he called me like 2 or 3 days later. He remembered. So that was how we met. And then after that, we went on a date, and I guess the rest is history.
That's Sleeping Beauty.
Is that Sleeping Beauty? Because I know who's that?
That's a white.
That's Snow White. And who's this one?
That one is that one. This one is Jasmine.
Is this a Little Mermaid?
That one's a Little Mermaid.
Oh, okay.
I think I see over there the piece that goes next.
I love being able to stay here, be with my girls. I come home off the road, and like the minute I leave, the first thing I'm thinking of is when I come back, what kind of reaction I'm gonna get from my daughter. It's hard, because being a father, being gone so long, like last year, I was on the road 280, 300 days, whatever it was, you're gone a lot. That noise back there, busting my eardrums. It's hard. It's like, am I doing the right thing here? I love what I do for a living, but I'm a father, and that is more important. That is the first priority. My wife and my daughter, my family, but I'm providing for them, being gone so long. I'm providing for them and doing what I have to do, and I like it.
It's definitely an interesting life. You have to be able to be by yourself a lot. You have to be able to handle taking care of everything around the house and your kid. We just like to sit on the couch and watch TV, watch our shows that we watch, and just relax.
My wife is, she is a very strong woman to have to take care of this home and my daughter by herself pretty much while I'm gone, but I owe a lot to her. And to be able to say that I'm a good father, I'm a good husband, and I'm being, all I can be at work, like I feel right now in my life that, it couldn't be any better.
It's an unseasonably cold and snowy day at the Scottrade Center, but the St. Louis faithful have shown up in droves, not only for the excitement of Monday Night Raw in their hometown, but also to welcome home one of their own.
When he comes out, it's awesome. It's hard to describe, really.
We've been watching his career since his grandfather and his dad wrestled, Cowboy Bob Orton. I've been watching it and been a fan forever. We sort of grew up with it here in St. Louis.
All right, let's go this way, okay? What do you want to do?
Where do you want to go?
You want to go eat an apple? Is that what you said you want to do? Let me carry it.
WWE superstars are fortunate if they get even one home event in a calendar year. Tonight, the Orton family has a unique opportunity to stop by Daddy's office and meet some of his coworkers.
What's that guy doing?
Which guy? Oh, he's got a camera. That's a cameraman.
Randy's Road family welcomes Alana and Samantha as one of their own.
Can I see your face? Can I see your
Where
face?
did Mommy get this dress? You told me earlier. You sleepy?
Oh, yeah? Is it?
Oh, you into peekaboo?
Alana.
He's over there, too.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
Wow, she got big.
Yeah, she did, huh? She's all ready for a tryout here.
Over there?
Look who I got here.
Hey, Steph.
This is Vicky.
How are you?
What's up, Justin? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Harley, what's up? Yeah, this is her.
Isn't it crazy how everyone's growing up so fast?
Yeah.
Look at that tutu.
She had to wear it today.
In a larger-than-life environment, Daddy's little girl is starstruck.
Wait.
I made you a plate, and I even got you a soda.
Hey, don't even act. She's been looking for you all morning. We went by the truck with your likeness on it. John Cena.
Is he right there? She said that she wanted your hat.
We'll get her. I know people that know people.
Yeah.
Enjoy the
Yeah.
all
You got
this.
it. You got it. You got it. Let's go say hi to Harley. This way. This way. This way.
Harley Race is a man the former legend killer once belittled, but now considers a close friend.
Harley, what's up, man? Good to see you, sir.
Same here,
This is the little one. How are you?
Great.
Yeah, that's so good to see you, man.
Hey.
This is Alana.
Randy Orton is in a good place and has finally earned the respect of his family and peers. It's a stark contrast to a time when one bad decision snowballed into many.
I'm a junior in high school. I didn't educate myself. I had no relatives in the military. I had no reasons for doing it other than I liked guns and my recruiting officer was cool. And if he's a Marine, whatever, I could be a Marine, let's go do it. 4 years I signed for. I went to boot camp. I graduated meritoriously. I got a meritorious promotion. I went from private to private first class once I graduated. And then I went to Camp Pendleton and went to the School of Infantry, where they taught us how to set up ambushes, how to shoot every gun in their arsenal, how to use a claymore mine, how to dig a foxhole. We dug a lot of foxholes, but still, it was cool. I'm doing all right. I was on point. We graduated the School of Infantry after I think 45 days or whatever it was, and then I went to the fleet. And now I'm thinking, okay, now we're gonna get treated like human beings. We got there and it was like boot camp started all over again. It was almost like, it was hazing, definitely. You can live through that kind of stuff, but that's not what I signed up for. The Marine Corps was supposed to be this band of brothers, and I'd finally got to the fleet, and it was like, it's not what I thought it was gonna be at all. Now I wanna go home. So I'm calling my mom, and my poor mom, she's heartbroken. Her firstborn son's out here, and he's telling her these stories of guys getting hazed. This isn't how I was raised. This isn't what I signed up for. I don't want to be like that. I've had to deal with bullies my whole life. Why did I sign up to deal with them? This is stupid.
But Randy was, he's always been a really good-hearted kid, and he just was in a situation where, it's hard to believe people are that way until you get around people that are that way.
So, this is the part where I don't know whether or not to say anything because it is a little embarrassing. I looked into different ways on how you could get discharged. I attempted to have an injury. For 3 weeks, I tried to make it like I couldn't walk. I realized that wasn't really going anywhere. So Valentine's Day in 1999, I got on a Greyhound bus in Oceanside, California, and I took a 2-day bus ride back home, and I went AWOL. No one tried to come find me. No one tried to knock on my door, give me a call, wonder where I was. I kind of figured, they'd come grab me and take me back. And I knew that after 30 days, you were a deserter. And once you were a deserter, that was like a crime punishable by discharge, which is what I was looking to do here. So after 30 days, it's like, okay, now what do I do? Another 30 days go by. So 82 days go by, and I realized what I had to do. I had to get back on a Greyhound bus and go turn myself in if I wanted to get this over with. I wasn't going to go on with my life until this chapter was over. I was young. I had a lot more immaturity to go through. When I got back, everyone's looking at me like, where have you been? So now it's like the punishment. I'm like, am I getting discharged? You ain't getting discharged, Marine. You're going right back to the field. You ain't going nowhere. You signed a contract. Man, so I'm thinking, what am I gonna do? So I didn't do anything. I just grabbed the legs of the chair I was sitting in and just sat there. So I ain't going nowhere. Because I disobeyed that direct order, and because they can take, if you're in war and you disobeyed a direct order, that could cause a lot of men to get killed. That could be anything. that's a big offense. Finally, I get the punishment, and they take me straight to the brig. Now I'm in the brig, and it's like that first night was rough. You got a bunch of guys in there that are either like me, they just want to get out, they don't want to mess with anybody, or you also got the guys in there that have gotten in a fight and like killed a guy, you know, a fellow Marine or a fellow military member. And you know, it was a little scary, and I definitely like didn't make a lot of friends in there. It was like Oz, but on a much like calmer level, you know. I never got my ass kicked, but just, you know, counting the days. And they sentenced me to 110 days in the brig. I ended up serving like 44. Finally, I got sent back to base where I was to kind of finish my discharge papers. And the battalion commander calls me into his office the next day, and he's like, "Good luck in whatever you end up doing." And when he said that to me, I was like, what am I gonna end up doing?
While Randy's direction in life was in limbo, fast forward 12 years later, and Randy's focus has become a great strength. Orton heads towards the gorilla position, which is named in tribute after the late, great Gorilla Monsoon, and finds himself completely in the zone. With 20 days to go until WrestleMania 27, nothing will stand in the way of the Viper and his WrestleMania opponent, CM Punk. Not even tonight's adversary, CM Punk's Nexus disciple, Mason Ryan.
This is a desperate time for CM Punk and the new Nexus because, Josh, if Randy Orton defeats Mason Ryan here tonight, CM Punk must go into his WrestleMania match versus Randy Orton alone. No new Nexus will be allowed at ringside.
And oh, look at that! From out of nowhere, the RKO! And Randy Orton with the victory!
Randy Orton is now even the odds. It'll be one-on-one. Orton versus Punk at WrestleMania. No new Nexus will be involved. Oh, man. No, not again! Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Could CM Punk be staring at his fate in 3 weeks at WrestleMania?
Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, and the mecca of sports entertainment. MSG has long been considered the WWE's unofficial home with good reason. The Garden hosted the very first WrestleMania in 1985.
Madison Square Garden means so many things to me. WrestleMania 1, which for me was extra special because my father was involved in the main event.
Look at this now, with the cash, he got out.
Fast forward 20 years, I'm in the same building, Madison Square Garden, most famous arena in the world. It's very cool, I'm very nervous. Wow, you know, it's starting to hit me like I'm facing The Rock at WrestleMania 20. Like, what a way to start this thing off.
Orton's first WrestleMania match was star-studded, to say the least, teaming with Ric Flair and Dave Bautista against The Rock and Mick Foley.
I got my father here. He gets to watch his son perform WrestleMania 20 years in the making, watching, you know, his legacy move on and the torch be passed, and it was a very cool thing.
Look out, Randy! And Randy Orton with the RKO! Beautiful! Out of nowhere! Beautiful! Out of nowhere! And Evolution wins it!
Randy's victory over Mick Foley and The Rock was a precursor of what was to follow. The grand stage of WrestleMania is where the greatest superstars of all time shine the brightest.
It seems like only yesterday I was facing The Rock in this very arena, Madison Square Garden. I've been in 7 WrestleManias. You know, I've retained titles and main evented WrestleMania. It's the biggest thing of the year. I don't care if it's the Super Bowl, the World Series, the WrestleMania is just, it has a little more excitement. You've got to be on that show. What is all this for if you're not working that day? What is all this for if you're not performing at WrestleMania?
Tonight, Randy's road to WrestleMania takes him to Madison Square Garden, where a sold-out live event is taking place. The WWE performs live events in more than 250 different cities throughout the United States and overseas, including the UK, Germany, Japan, and most recently, China. It's not unusual for Randy to spend more than 300 days a year on the road, entertaining millions of loyal WWE fanatics. Although it is impossible to spend personal time with every member of the WWE Universe, Randy makes time to spend with the children from the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and he is one of their most requested superstars each year.
The Make-A-Wish is a fantastic thing that the WWE gets involved in, and it's very emotional because this kid that was born with this disease that's gonna, take their life at the age of 8, and here they are a couple months away from that date, not knowing when their last day is, and their one wish for that day is to meet Randy Orton. And it really, you have this responsibility, to make this kid's day, but you know what? You could walk in there and you wouldn't have to do nothing. They're so happy to see you. I came here early today when I heard you were going to be here. Someone wanted to meet me, because John Cena usually gets all the requests. So when someone's excited to meet me, I usually jump on the opportunity. I got to meet this person.
Time spent with Mary is a privilege for Randy that he finds both humbling and incredibly rewarding.
It's one of the coolest things I'm able to do, and it's perfect because now that I am a bit more of a good guy, I do a lot more of them. And, whenever I start taking things for granted, it's like that Make-A-Wish, will come along, and it really brings you back down, and it makes you think about what's important. It makes me want to just go home and squeeze my daughter and thank God that she's healthy and strong and smart, and, it really makes you appreciate what you have.
This is a Randy Orton that people close to him thought they would never see. He is a man, finally comfortable in his own skin. He exudes an air of maturity that once seemed impossible. Early in his career, Randy was enormously successful, but extremely self-destructive. He was angry, irritable, and completely out of control.
At this point in my career, I'm in Evolution. I'm in the main event. I'm closing the show out with Triple H, Ric Flair. We're facing Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner, guys like that. I'm really just sitting on top of the world. I'm making a lot of money for someone my age, and, I'm living the dream. And I am a cocky son of a bitch.
As far as his attitude towards being cocky or whether he was difficult to deal with because he felt like he had everything and didn't need to learn anything more, I didn't see that nearly as much. I heard a lot about it. I heard a lot about the Randy Orton attitude and the Randy Orton temper.
It is a little embarrassing. I would get very upset with people very quickly. And, I know that it grew on me, like kind of as a reputation, even around work.
Check out the package. Nice, huh? All right. See ya. How you doing, man? Glad you could come. The editing people must hate me. Sorry.
To the guys in the office, to just people in general, I was just kind of a prick. I wasn't necessarily everyone's favorite guy.
Soon? How long do I gotta sit here? Seriously?
Around me, Randy was always very nice and respectful and worked very hard, But as time went on, I got to see more and more of it.
Just start going That's the Rick Rude theory. Won't make it up.
Randy was about the moment. Randy was about Randy and whatever Randy wanted to do.
Eventually, I feel like, I couldn't have been that much fun to be around at a certain point, Yeah, it's weird to talk about all this because a lot of drugs were involved too. All life was for me for a couple of years was like, how I was gonna get f***ed up. It was pretty dark and gloomy and sad. But I was with Sam during this time.
I was totally against him living the way he was, kind of. And he didn't see anything wrong with it. You know, he just couldn't see how he was acting and what he was going through.
I had these problems. I had these things in my life that I was doing that was, you know, could potentially have killed me.
My biggest fear was like not being able to talk to him at night before he would go to bed, or them driving for a long period of time and then not hearing from him, or even at home, like just making sure that he was okay, sitting, you know, on the couch or going to sleep.
My wife, you know, she wasn't condoning them by any means. She, you know, if anything, I was gone enough to where, you know, like some recreational use here and there at home, as far as she knew, you know, oh honey, just when I'm at home, you know, okay, well, it's not that big a deal. You know, I was good enough when I was around her to be able to pull the wool over her eyes to lead her to believe that it wasn't that serious of a problem.
There's not many people that you can go to in that situation, especially when he doesn't think he needs any help, you know. When he doesn't think that there's a problem, then you can't really do much other than be there for him and try and help him to see that he has a problem.
But it was getting worse and worse, and I was gonna kill myself. I would always think, man, I hate myself. I hate myself for this, you know, but it didn't make me want to stop. Woke up in a hospital one morning because I had accidentally overdosed on some sleeping medication. And my wife saved my life by calling an ambulance and bringing me to the hospital. And I was suspended for 60 days because of that. So, you know, I was punished and stuff, but I just never really learned my lesson.
He would learn and he would do real well for a while, and then he would have a relapse and, you know, do something that was just very self-destructive. As he starts to get more and more success, sometimes he starts to do more and more things to try to eliminate that success because of the pressures of it.
I had always kind of been embarrassed or ashamed, you know, of showing up on an overseas tour to the bus 10 minutes late and stumbling on, and there's Triple H, or, you know, and he's just shaking his head at me. I look back and I'm ashamed. I'm not bragging by any means. You know, that's what this is. It's the Randy Orton experience. It's not all roses and rose petals and rainbows and
On this night, Randy and one-time rival John Cena face the WWE Champion, The Miz, and Orton's upcoming WrestleMania opponent, CM Punk, in a heated tag team match. While CM Punk is his ultimate objective, for the time being, Orton's aggression will be targeted on The Miz, who faced Randy just 2 months prior at the Royal Rumble.
Here at Madison Square Garden, there's really not a better place to be on earth for an untelevised event. It will be loud as hell out there tonight. And the louder it is, the more fun it is.
He's not the champion just yet, but Orton gives a championship performance every night, and the WWE Universe lets him know they appreciate it. WrestleMania 27 is now just 4 days away, and Atlanta, Georgia is now the center of the WWE Universe. Media and fans from all 50 states and 30 countries have descended upon the site of this year's grand spectacle. It is the most hectic and demanding week of the year, and it is also the most rewarding. But whenever possible, Orton steals a moment of solitude, remindful of the effort and sacrifices of getting to the top and the difficulties and demands he put on his family.
pain in the ass that I was to my wife, Samantha, for so long, this that she had to put up with, and the that I put her through, and what she was able to help me with. She made me a better person. She saved my life.
I'm sorry. You've seen so much pain.
I just wanted him to be okay. I think that sorry. I think you just worry that like something's gonna happen if you leave.
My wife has stuck with me, stuck by my side, helped me out, and she has made me a better man.
I would have felt guilty leaving in that situation because I was more afraid something would happen to him. And then I'd always feel bad that I loved him, so. But he's better now, so that's good.
Right around that time when I needed her most, she was there, and then she got pregnant. We were married, and she got pregnant. And I'll never forget, you know, you asked me what changed me. That doctor, he lifts up this little girl, man, and it was just, that right there, that was like the defining moment of my life.
I've been turned around, I'm overwhelmed, I'm unprepared. I never thought that I'd be standing here, I'm trembling. She's everything, she's my everything. Even when I feel defeated, she is always waiting there to comfort me. 'Cause she's my everything.
Having a family, I think it changes everybody. When his wife got pregnant, we talked about it a lot and what was going to happen and how things would change, you know. And then when he did have the baby, we would talk about it quite a bit. And I think it reprioritized things for Randy. It wasn't about, well, if I screw up, it's just me anymore. It was, if I screw up, I'm altering my daughter's life. Do I want my daughter to grow up with a screw-up dad, or do I want her to grow up knowing that her dad was something special? It changes people, and I know it's changed Randy. I see a huge difference in him.
When she got pregnant, that was kind of it. And we talked, and I got the help that I needed, and I've been, clean ever since.
There are a few tattoos I have that do mean a lot to me. It's 2 Peter chapter 5, verses 7, 8, and 9. It basically is saying, be clear-headed, know what's going on, think about what you're doing before you do it, make good choices in life. That message, it means a lot to me.
I think that he was saved himself, you can't make somebody change, they have to want to change, so. I think that's why it took so long, because he had to want to change for our daughter, for his future, for our marriage. He had to want to do that.
My wife is just, she's my rock, and if it wasn't for her, I would be lost. And now these two girls in my life, they've made me a complete teddy bear. When I am off the road, at home, living that life as dad, as honey, go get the trash, like that is just, that's the epitome of what life's all about right there.
Well, first of all, he's become a great guy. Oh, I always joke around. There's old Randy and there's new Randy. Old Randy was an ass. And you put up with old Randy because he had talent. And things happened in his life that changed his mind. He just started to put everything into perspective. And new Randy's here. And new Randy's a really, really cool guy. He has nothing to prove. He proves it out there. And even though we had a pretty tumultuous start and disagreed, professionally on a lot of stuff, we started as friends, and he's a really good friend of mine.
I made bad mistakes, I made really bad choices. But, the people in my life, the good people I've surrounded myself with have helped me rise above that and become who I am today. And it's like to be able to go to work and be this, crazy, I got IED and I'm like, do something crazy, better, not get too close to me because you just don't know. Like it's cool because it's like I get to be like I used to be in real life over here, but it's like I'm acting. It's a character. It's I'm feeling it because there's a little bit of that in me still. I can like lose it and put my head through a piece of drywall like that, but I know how to like keep that there and keep that here, and being able to do that, like that is what has made me whole, and those two girls I owe, all of that to.
For the WWE Universe, WrestleMania Access is a dream come true. It's like an interactive cornucopia of all things WWE. But unquestionably, the favorite part of Access for WWE fans is the opportunity to interact with their favorite superstars. And for Randy Orton, the feeling is mutual.
Access is really cool. You really get to interact with the fans, which of course is what it's all about.
I was really excited to meet Randy Orton. I've loved him forever, and I made him a birthday card. His birthday's tomorrow, and I'm shaking. I'm so excited.
It's an incredible feeling to see all these people that are so interested in what you do, or you've grabbed them in some way that they want to meet you.
My role model, man. Oh, stop.
You mean something to them. They motivate you.
Sure about this?
I'm absolutely positive.
Think about it before you
My
do
friend
it.
Will's the one that gets all his arms autographed and tattooed.
So here's a little rough. So
I'm pretty tough. I can take it. You're the only one that's ever going to get tattooed on there.
That's me. Hey, you rock. I'll be looking for it.
I have people tell me all the time, like, Randy, if it wasn't for you, I never would have found it myself to be able to do this or to be able to do that. And I'm listening to them, I'm like, really? Me? Like, if you had any idea, But hey, I'll take that. I'll take it. Here you go. Nice to meet you. Wow. And then the next person, something, and the way they look at you, it's great.
Thank you so much, Randy. You're one of my favorite wrestlers ever. And it's been so much.
I enjoy it. I love it, and it's an addicting feeling that the fans loving you and admiring you. It's a good feeling. It really is.
Thanks, now. See you guys.
What WrestleMania Access means to WWE fans is akin to what the Hall of Fame induction ceremony means to every WWE superstar. This is the one night a year where WWE superstars become fans once again, humbled to greet the men and women who inspired their careers. On this night, the WWE will induct Shawn Michaels, considered by many to be the greatest superstar in WWE history. Shawn Michaels' legacy is not only what he accomplished in the ring, but also the knowledge he passed along to the stars of today. It's a legacy that every superstar, past and present, holds dearly and takes very seriously.
I am a third-generation superstar. The WWE is in my blood. It is a part of me. Tonight,
These three united?
The legacy
Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase.
is born.
Legacy, now that it's over, I look back and it was a part of my career where, you know, I was an evolution and I was a follower. I had to look up to somebody at a role model. I was taught, I was tutored. Now in Legacy, I'm the guy these guys are looking up to. I have to set an example for them.
Randy Orton, the leader of Legacy.
This Legacy is a very strategic group.
Are you ready to welcome the dawning of a new era in the WWE?
These guys are the future of the WWE.
As of this moment forward, Ted and myself are no longer known as the offspring of Dusty Rhodes or the $1 Million Man. Dusty Rhodes didn't make me a main eventer. Randy Orton did.
When he felt he had something to teach you, and he didn't always, he says it all the time, oh, I wasn't a good teacher and I'm not a good teacher. When he felt he had something to teach you, oh, he'd make you, especially Ted. I don't know how many times. He didn't really get on to me as bad as he did Ted. Randy was pretty tough on Ted, pretty tough on him.
I knew Cody and Ted so well, I could be blunt with them. I could be honest. I wasn't afraid to hurt their feelings. And in the long run, I think that was a good thing. I mean, you know, why tell them what they want to hear when I can actually help them?
He'd be hard on us because he expected a lot from us, from me and Cody. Having that same bond, being a third or second generation.
We grew up in the business. Our fathers were on the road a lot, away from home. So we had that in common too. Plus being backstage now and then and traveling with our dads and those stories that other guys can't relate to. You know, they just can't. Other guys were watching at home as fans. We were fans, but we were in the locker rooms, you know, watching them play dominoes, you know, watching the Wild Samoans, you know, mess with the new guy. We totally hit it off right away, Cody, Ted, and I, because we just had so much in common.
I wouldn't say Randy's a born leader, but he is an excellent one. He probably doesn't know it. He's more of you watch and learn with him, not as much what he's saying, more what he's doing.
He wanted us to succeed, and he wanted us to break those barriers just like he did. And so he really pushed us. You know, he'd always have some kind of critique, and it wasn't always just good. And he would get frustrated, you know, that sometimes he would just, in the middle of the match, you know, he'd look, what are you doing? That was stupid. And I'd be like, well, what do you mean? And Cody's in there wrestling, doing something. He's like, why did you do that? You know, we're having this conversation like on the apron. Nobody really knew. But, you know, it was just, that's Randy. He would call you out when he needed to. But that's what we needed. And he knew that. And I always appreciated that, respected that.
Randy Orton building his legacy.
Now I've been in the business a decade almost, and I see myself fitting into that role of locker room leader. Now, given my past and the couple of years I had where, you know, I wasn't really helpful and I really didn't care about anyone else but myself, you know, I think some guys might be a little like not sure how to take me. But I've tried to, you know, dispel that as much as I can, and I'll watch guys' matches. I'll go up to them. I'll give them advice, and I've got a couple good relationships going with some newer guys.
When I first came up to the main roster, he was someone I'd go to advice for too, and I get feedback, and you know, doesn't beat around the bush. He's very straightforward with you. He's not going to give you an answer or just tell you something for the sake of it. He'll be honest. And sometimes a person is brutally honest. It's not the easy thing to take when you get criticism back, but is what makes you better, and definitely he's helped me along the way.
WrestleMania is finally here. This is the day that every superstar and WWE fan look forward to more than any other. Arriving is the Viper himself, Randy Orton.
Hey, Charles, what's up, man? How are you? What's up, man? How you doing? What's up, Randy? What's going on? What's up, bro?
Oh, cute. There's a lot. I'm scared.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You look at the stadium the WrestleMania is at. Like, for instance, we just got here, and for the first time, I saw where WrestleMania 27 is going to be. And, I mean, it's enormous. It's really, and there's not many people in here. They're setting up, production crews, kind of getting everything finalized. And just to walk around with the place virtually empty and look around, you know, it's really breathtaking. You know, you got 70, 80,000 empty seats, and you know this place is going to be packed to the brim. They've been waiting all year for this day. You know, it's a big day. And, but yeah, this place is amazing. It really is amazing.
This is the final countdown. Orton is focused and in control of his adrenaline. He can enter the zone that only elite athletes are able to access.
Years ago, I'd get the butterflies for a live event, especially a Raw, especially a pay-per-view. WrestleMania, it's always a little different, even though it's not my first rodeo. The pressure, I think, it's more on in the sense that this is when you do those things that you normally wouldn't do. WrestleMania is a time when you got that one thing where it's like, man, the percentage that I might hit this is a lot smaller than normal, but I'm gonna go for it. That's what you're striving for. That moment where you can get all 70, 75,000 people on their feet in unison. That's that WrestleMania moment.
For the Viper, WrestleMania is his moment, and CM Punk will be his victim.
I've had 7 chances to make my WrestleMania moment. I've had some good matches. I've never had like a match that stole the show, but that's what we're trying for every year. And I'll tell you what, this year's no different.
He might not think he's had a moment, but I think he's probably had 7 moments. He's just hard on himself. I think for Randy, it's a chance to not only cement himself as a top-tier superstar, but also people forget, even he's been here for a while, Randy is still the future.
I expect Randy to tear the house down at WrestleMania.
That's one that'll be exciting for the WWE Universe, but equally as exciting for all of us superstars.
If I know Randy Orton, like I know Randy Orton, just another opportunity for him to just go and show off.
I'm gonna do whatever I can, not only to be victorious, but to have everyone walk away from Atlanta saying, man, did you watch CM Punk and Randy Orton?
Orton once again sticks to his routine. Focus and discipline were once non-existent for Randy. Now, they are a constant. The madness of WrestleMania has brought out a quiet intensity in the Viper. Now completely in the zone, the world has been walled off. His match with CM Punk is all that matters. As Orton approaches the gorilla position, his adrenaline is beginning to pump. And in a few moments, Randy Orton will have the match of his life.
You can use the same adjectives to describe either CM Punk or Randy Orton. Cold, cunning, calculating, nefarious, diabolical. They mirror each other in that respect. As a personal battle, as you'll see at WrestleMania this year.
I'm barely breathing, I'm barely alive. When did it all come tumbling down?
Nice counter by Randy Orton. That was vintage Orton.
Your actions speak louder than all of the thunder that you brought back down me.
And here we go! Whoa! And does Orton have enough left? Oh, Randy Orton's starting to fire up here on pure adrenaline.
Orton about to go to that place where there's no pain.
And Orton's expression says it all. He knows he's done for. And Randy Orton! No, he missed. Wow. Was that the last gasp for Randy Orton, though? RKO! The RKO from out of nowhere! And a seething Randy Orton pulls off the improbable at WrestleMania.
Big-time superstars create big-time moments on a grand scale. Randy Orton executed one of those great moments that will live in WrestleMania history.
CM Punk was looking to put away Orton, and Randy Orton with the RKO from out of nowhere seals the fate of CM Punk.
What a beautiful catch, if you will, by Randy Orton, and then dropping Punk face first with a perfect RKO.
The long road to WrestleMania has ended in a glorious victory for Randy Orton. But this is a victory and a moment that belongs not only to him, but also to the woman who stood by him throughout his arduous journey. Jubilation and exhaustion have kicked in all at once. Realizing what was just accomplished, Orton can't wait to share the glory of the moment. It is a far cry from the once self-indulgent young star.
When I think about what the future holds for me, when I think about what I want out of my future, whether it's becoming world champion 10 more times, whether it's traveling the world, what's necessary for all those things to happen is I need to be able to be healthy. I need to take care of my body. I need to take care of my mind. I need to take care of my soul. I need my family close. And I need to know that they're okay. You know, as long as I take care of me, and when I say that, I mean like, you know, in here. The minute that I'm not able to go 100%, the minute that I'm not able to go out there and be healthy, then that's when I gotta call it quits. But I don't see that time anywhere near in the future.
The road to WrestleMania has finally come to an end. But the evolution of Randy Orton will continue. A predator naturally exploits the weakness of its prey. For the WWE's apex predator, it was his own weakness that thankfully became his ultimate prey. His transformation into a good husband, good father, and good friend is truly the evolution of the man, the superstar, Randy Orton.